All right, so I wanted to take a quick moment to update you and provide information um, for the student intervention team and how to make a referral. So when we did the training over the summer, I realized that we did not get a chance to get to actually how to do that. So in addition to this email, to this link that I'm sending you with kind of an overview, I'm also providing in the email or a link to the forms that I'm referencing. So basically the steps to make a referral is first, as a teacher, if you have an academic or behavioral concern, then you want to contact the parent to talk with the parent, and you already do those things. And then once you've done that, the teacher, the parent, or the grade level, you have some sort of consultation. Typically, we look at that with an administrator in the form of the PhD chat, and you're kind of talking about your interventions. Interventions, what that means is have you, in terms of pull out, one-on-one, or not pull out, small group instruction, different things that you're doing within to kind of address the behavioral or the academic concerns. Maybe the student, if it's behavior, you have them on a contract or something like that. Then you were talking about those classroom level goals developed and the plan is being monitored. More specifically for our students is our our individual student learning plans that they have. That can be kind of looking at what those goals are and are they meeting those goals, are they not meeting them? And if you're seeing trouble, then that's where we want to move on to referring them to the student intervention team. And that's in that process is where we begin to gather, review student data, look at classroom observations. So then you say, how do I make that actual referral? Well, you do that in looking at kind of looking over here at this is a form for the preschool students. So in this form, we're really looking at for the preschool students, and this is for pre-K 2, 3, 4, and sometimes kindergarten. I'll let kindergarten to make that assessment. You can take a look. You'll have both forms, and you can make the determination whichever best fits, and you'll see. Because here for preschool, we're looking at what are the child's strengths, what are their weaknesses, what things have you done to kind of address or kind of focus on with strategies or interventions, and then rate the child's level of functioning compared to other students in the classroom. Is it above average, average, or below average? Do you know if there are any hearing problems, any vision problems, any other health concerns, maybe a listening, speech, and language there? And then these are the behaviors that you really want to go into more detail, those gross motor, those fine motors, those cognitive skills, and if there's any difficulty in any of these self-help things. That's why I said kindergarten, you'll need to determine which one works best for you. I think it's a really case-by-case depending on your students, because then for our primary program as well as moving up to our middle school program, you'll see this is an opportunity to highlight strengths. You can just simply check off the box. What's missing up here is your identifying information. And then we actually to define the problem. What is the problem? Define the problem in observable, measurable terms. What are 3 to 4 observable symptoms of the problem? So if you're telling me, Nikki's having difficulty following directions 2 out of 3 times when directions are given to her, so the majority of the time. And this is demonstrated by, not turning in her homework on time or not getting assignments correct because she didn't follow the directions. So you want to look at what are some observable things. How is the problem impacting teaching and learning? And you can really talk about, what the impact is on if I'm not following direction, earning a 60% on my end of the week assessment 3 out of 4 times in a month. So that's kind of how it's impacting. Then list interventions. And I give an example. Tier level 1, 80% of the students in the school will respond to high-quality core curriculum. So what things are you doing? And that's basically what you're doing with every person in your class. Those tier level 1 intervention. That's what every person is getting those things. That's, your Wonders curriculum and all of those, and then kind of the dates that you've done that. The tier level 2 or smaller groups of people that are getting it. Maybe you're doing pull-outs. Maybe you're doing some sort of modifying of some things, progress, in terms of kind of what that looks like for that level, that tier level group. So it's what you're maybe not doing for everybody, but for certain specific people. And then we're asking, check yes or no to know how long the interventions and accommodations have been in place. So if you're doing some of these different accommodations, if you're doing them, just checking yes, and then how long you've been doing them. So this is helpful for us so that way when we come to the table, we know what is a problem, what things have already been put in place so we're not repeating the wheel, and then we can move into kind of defining the problem, developing an intervention plan, implementing it, and that's kind of what happens during the process, and then evaluate the effectiveness. So I hope this was helpful to you. Of course, if you have any questions, you can email the school counselor at reedtempleacademy.com. All right, God bless. Thank